your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Thursday morning, hitting you right in the nose. CJ Nasello, our daily show. It's on RiverBender.com, Roku TV, anywhere, everywhere you get your podcast. We have a busy show today, so let's get to it. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we're going to be talking to Allison Rayner and our friends over at the National Great Rivers Museum for Ice Jam at the Dam coming down the pipeline. Then at 10:10, we're going to be talking to Stephen Fisher and Adam Piper from Alton Family Martial Arts and Fitness and getting the latest. This has really become a staple in the community, and I'm excited to learn about all the classes and ways that we can be a part of the family, and it really is a family up there at Alton Family Martial Arts and Fitness. Then at 10:35, we're talking to our friends at the Village of East Alton Park and Recreation Department because we got to get some insights on their already busy winter season into spring, their spring programs and classes. We're going to get the latest on that and ways that we can sign up our little ones and enjoy the Park and Recreation Department in East Alton. But man, it was a weird night yesterday. So I texted, my parents because I keep my dog over there throughout the day because they have a fenced-in yard and they have dogs, so he's not alone at the house. And I said, hey, can you keep Nico tonight because I'm exhausted. I fell asleep at 7 o'clock last night and woke up at 4 in the morning. So I'm ready to go today. We'll take you to top of the hour news now at 9:03. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update and you will never miss out. There are reports coming in overnight, and we are going to read one of those reports out of St. Louis that the man charged with the shooting of a Granite City police officer late Tuesday night was killed Wednesday in southern Illinois after exchanging gunfire with law enforcement. The shootout did occur around 8:40 p.m. on Illinois Route 146 at Virginia Street in East Cape Girardeau. Illinois State Police said several police agencies were pursuing Donald Freeze when he tried to dive into a field and became stuck. ISP said Freeze barricaded himself in his vehicle and then fired a black long gun at law enforcement. Multiple law enforcement officials returned fire and Freeze was killed. No officers were injured in this shooting. This was a report from KSDK and wanted to make sure that we issued that report as news broke last night. Out of Edwardsville, Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain announced Wednesday that his office has filed charges against 2 individuals in connection with the shooting in Alton that critically injured a 13-year-old girl. The defendants are Alvin Perry III, 19 years of age, of Alton, charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, unlawful possession of weapon by a felon, and aggravated unlawful use of weapons. Rashawn M. Colvin, 19 of Alton, was charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, unlawful sale or delivery of firearms, unlawful possession of weapon by a felon, and aggravated unlawful use of weapons. The charges of first-degree attempted murder allege that the defendants or one for whose conduct they are legally responsible discharged a weapon in the direction of the victim, striking her in the head. The victim suffered a gunshot as she stood on her porch outside a house on Highland Avenue on Saturday afternoon. Hain said he expects the evidence to show that the girl was not a targeted victim. Here's his statement. The victim in this case was truly an innocent victim of a senseless crime. A beautiful young girl is fighting for her life. We pray for the victim, her family, and her loved ones. That's the quote from Tom Hain. The girl was transported to a St. Louis area hospital where she remained at the time of the article posting on Wednesday. Hain noted that the case does remain under investigation by Alton Police Department detectives and additional charges could be announced. Hain commended assistant state's attorneys for their work on this case. He also commended the Alton Police Department for its swift response and investigation, along with other agencies that responded and assisted, including the Madison County Sheriff and the Illinois State Police. Another quote from Tom Hain: "This is a shocking and tragic crime that has understandably alarmed our community. However, I can reassure everyone that the Alton Police Department and the state's attorney's office are committed to keeping our neighborhood safe and securing justice for victims. Chief Jarrett Ford and Alton Police have worked tirelessly in this investigation." Jarrett Ford said investigators assigned to the case have been working around the clock since the shooting occurred. Here's a statement. "We continue to keep the victim and her family in our thoughts and prayers. We are doing everything we can to assist them in this most difficult time. I want to express my utmost gratitude and respect to the relentless detectives of the Alton Police Department and the many other assisting agencies, including the Madison County Sheriff's Office, Illinois State Police, and Tom Hain and the members of his office." Alton Mayor David Goins said, quote, "Our community is hurting right now due to this senseless shooting. I've spoken with the victim's family who are also hurting. While it won't heal the hurt, I find comfort in knowing that Chief Ford and the entire Alton Police Department are doing everything they can to help obtain justice for this innocent child and her family. I'd like to thank Tom Hain and his team for filing these charges. I know once the investigation is completed and all charges are filed, all of those who are responsible for this tragedy will be held accountable, and our community will be safer." Hain has filed petitions seeking pretrial detention for the defendants, meaning they would be held in the Madison County Jail until trial. One of the defendants, Perry, was charged on October 23rd with attempted armed robbery, a Class 1 felony, over the objection of Hain's office, which had filed a petition to detain Perry as a public safety risk. Perry was released on October 25th under terms of the Safety Act. This charge and the statements made herein are based upon probable cause, and please note that the defendants are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Out of Cahokia, Dan Brandon reporting the major case squad of Greater St. Louis is investigating a fatal shooting that did occur in the 700th block of Mildred Avenue in Cahokia Heights. The Cahokia Heights police were initially called to the scene at 1:04 p.m. on Sunday, January the 6th. The victim, identified as Bradford Redis, 22, of Memphis, Tennessee. The major case squad has 15 investigators on this case. The major case squad investigators are actively working leads to identify the person responsible for this crime and bring them to justice. Anyone with information about this case should contact the major case squad at 618-332-4277. Sydney Sinks reporting out of Alton that members of the Alton Educational Foundation gathered at Alton Middle School on February the 7th to learn about the projects they fund, including a sewing club, a Lego STEM lab, and more. AEF invites community members to donate to the Alton Community Unit School District Number 11 through the Guardians of Education program. The organization then provides grants for school district teachers to fund classroom resources and extracurricular activities and projects. On February the 7th, teachers were present to share information about their projects and how they use the grant money to bring new resources to their students. Teachers were present to share a variety of projects. Angel Weber talked about the middle school sewing club, which teaches students how to sew and make pillows and clothing for terminally ill patients. Pat Getton talked through his shop classes outdoor classroom project, and Lexa Browning explained her classes created 2 children's books, which have been published and sold around the Riverbend. I lost my space here. Katie Page, a teacher at Una Smith Elementary, my apologies for that, created a sound wall in her classroom to help kids distinguish between sounds as they learn to read. She discovered the idea while researching different strategies to teach kids how to read, and she immediately wanted to implement it, but knew the sound wall curriculum was slightly out of her budget. She was pleased to receive the grant from AEF That allowed her to create the sound wall. I was like, hey, AEF, I would really like this. It's a little bit out of my budget. My husband might get really mad if I spend this money, she joked. It's something I'm really appreciative for because it's a little bit beyond my reach personally. It's great that AEF does this. When you see a need, you fill it. That's what you do as a teacher. It's helpful when you have everybody willing to help out. Also in the news, Alton resident Rob Goodwin has received the Teacher of the Year honor 2 years in a row at Bermuda Elementary School in the Ferguson-Florissant School District of St. Louis County. Goodwin has been teaching since 1996 and will retire in June of 2026. He teaches music at Bermuda Elementary School, which ranges from preschool to second grade. Here's a quote. I swear I think I've got the best job in the world, Goodwin said. It is really remarkable to receive the honor 2 years in a row. I was so surprised and so shocked. Goodwin explained that his students learn age-appropriate music lessons. Every second grader receives piano lessons through the school, while first graders and kindergartners play rhythm instruments and preschoolers learn nursery rhymes. Goodwin said it's, quote, absolutely enduring, end quote, to watch the kids grow and improve their music skills. Today, he does his best to inspire kids like other teachers did for him. He noted that, quote, you never know who is sitting in front of you and treats every kid like they could one day be the President of the United States. Bermuda Elementary promotes safety, kindness, respect, responsibility, which are traits that Goodwin tries to instill in his students as he teaches them music. He hopes to help them develop the same passion for music and learning that guided him. Here's a final quote. You just don't know who you are educating, and you want to try and encourage them and teach them some positive characteristics of being, he said, adding that, quote, Alton is a fantastic community, and we're so thankful to be a part of the community. Congratulations on the recognition. Out of Edwardsville, Dalton Brown reporting a man from Edwardsville faces 4 total charges, including possession of a stolen motor vehicle, aggravated fleeing or attempting to elude a peace officer, aggravated driving under the influence, and resisting a peace officer, according to Madison County court documents. Kyle E. Hood, 39 years of age, of Edwardsville, was charged with the above-listed offenses by the Illinois State Police on December of last year. Hood allegedly knowingly possessed a stolen Dodge Avenger with an Illinois registration number and drove it while under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or a combination thereof on I-55 in Madison County, according to court documents. His license had reportedly been revoked due to a previous DUI violation. Hood was additionally charged with aggravated fleeing or attempting to elude a peace officer after speeding at least 21 miles per hour over the legal limit, with attempting to elude an Illinois State Police trooper who has given him a visual or audible signal to stop his vehicle. A petition to deny Hood's pretrial release describes the case as followed. Here's a portion. Defendant was identified as the driver of the vehicle observed leaving the Love's truck stop in Hamel while swerving in an impaired manner. The petition states that ISP trooper attempted to a traffic stop and the defendant fled at 100 miles an hour, crashing into median guard wires. As the officer approached on foot, the defendant fled again. The officer attempted a pit maneuver to bring this dangerous flight to a conclusion, and the defendant eventually crashed again into a utility pole. The defendant fled on foot, resisting arrest. The vehicle was also found to be stolen. The defendant was found to be obviously impaired by alcohol, drugs, or of some combination. In total, Hood faces 3 felony charges for possession of a stolen motor vehicle, aggravated fleeing or attempting to elude, and aggravated driving while under the influence, as well as 1 misdemeanor for resisting a peace officer. Court documents indicate he was remanded to be held in jail until his initial appearance in court. And please note, like always, all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Let's take a look at weather. It's 54 degrees. It feels like 52 today, partly sunny, becoming windier and warm with a shower in places this afternoon. Tonight, breezy, otherwise rather cloudy and mild. Temperatures should reach 63 degrees today and drop down to 46 overnight. There is a 42% chance of rain on Friday. brightly sunny skies, a high of 70 degrees and a low of 40. On Saturday, a high of just 48 degrees. That's a big temperature drop from Friday. And a low of 30. On Sunday, a high of 43, a low of 29. And now on Monday, for the first time in a couple of weeks, they are calling for a wintry mix, a 65% chance as of now for that to occur. A high on Monday of 39 and a low of 29. For this beautiful Alton sky cam that you can see in real time on RiverBender.com/weather. Look at that. Busier than yesterday out there on Broadway as some cars moving over into St. Louis, and you see some cloudy skies and Clark Bridge in all of its glory, along with the mighty Mississippi, right here in the heart of the 618. For time and temperature throughout the day, you give this phone number a ring, 618-465-4545, this time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Before we take a quick pause, I know you heard about it because it's all over RiverBender.com. You can save very sweetly this Valentine's Day. 2 special offers available from February the 7th through the 14th, and we're excited about it. 4 tickets and a cabana. This is originally $240. Right now until February the 14th, you can get it for $150. And now get this, 4 tickets, food, and parking, originally $200, now just $100. Again, this runs only until February the 14th. You have a couple more days to really snag some savings and talk about a great Valentine's Day gift. You know, you always talk about chocolates for your kiddos, maybe a stuffed animal. How about this? Get them a 4 tickets and a cabana, or 4 tickets, food, and parking, and have a nice day in the summer over here at our local water park at Raging Rivers in Grafton. That, my friend, is a win for Valentine's Day. You can find out more information on the RiverBender.com website with articles and that wallpaper that will take you directly to where you need to go. And for more information, you can always reach out to us or Raging Rivers for those ticket specials. At 9:17, we'll take a quick pause and we'll come back and learn all about Ice Jam at the Dam right after this in downtown Alton.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got Joey.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior, gear up with Falcommit and elevate your hunting experience. From rugged gear for the seasoned hunter to adorable outfits for the little ones, we've got your whole family covered. Literally, because the best moments are made in the great outdoors. And with Falcommit, you're not just wearing gear, you're wearing the stories of your adventures. Discover the joy of hunting together. Visit falcommit.com and outfit your family for the next generations of memories.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, 920. Allison in studio. Ice Jam at the Dam, just a couple of weeks away.
Yep, a week from Saturday. It's our third year doing it.
This is the first time you've been in studio not in uniform.
Isn't that strange?
It really is. I thought, what's the occasion today, you know?
Yep, sometimes I have other things lined up and I don't have to wear the badge.
There you go. Letting the hair down a little bit and then still getting work done. Ice Jam at the Dam's really getting a lot of attention. This is going to be a big shaboozy for you guys again.
I should hope so, and it won't be very icy. It's going to be kind of warm, but we're hoping that actually brings out more people that would have otherwise been afraid of the cold. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and too, I saw like the only chance we're going to get it snow again's Monday, and that's a wintry mix. So you're in the clear.
Yeah, we're in the clear. It might not be super icy, but we'll be icy in spirit.
How long has this been going on for?
So this is our third year.
That's
so we did 2022, 2023, and now 2024. So it was our first big shebang after COVID.
Has it grown pretty good over the 3 years?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, either grown or held steady.
That's all that you really can hope for, too, especially with that, because you're in the middle of February, you know, and how many people are going to go out.
Right.
And I think it's really cool to have some good weather for folks that haven't been out yet to really pop their head and see all the cool stuff.
Right, yeah. So what we try to do with Ice Jam at the Dam is to get people outside and educated or exposed to different ways that they can still recreate on or along the river, what organizations are still hosting different things, because just because it's winter doesn't mean we can't get out and be safe and recreate.
Right. Well, and too, there's a bunch of things to really bring the folks out. What are we going to have there? I know there's tons.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of vendors that will be doing educational events. So we've got the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site that'll be out with their boat replica, the Nature Institute. We've got the Mississippi River Water Trail. They do a lot of kayaking on the river, but they'll teach you how to safely kayak in the winter and like what kind of gear you would need for that.
They're great.
They're so
really
great. They really are.
Is Craig going to be the one doing that presentation?
I think so, yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He comes on the show a lot.
Yeah.
I made the bad suggestion, Allison, one day to maybe put one of those ice plows on your kayak like the barges. Doesn't work. Don't try that at all.
He let you know.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah, we've got also IDNR, so the Illinois Department of Natural Resources will be out there with spotting scopes, and we do have resident bald eagles that nest right there by Melvin Price Lock and Dam, and then the migratory eagles that are here this time of year.
So the ones that nest there, do they just stay there all year round too? Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, so bald eagles are what are known as, they're not obligatory migrators.
Okay.
So, some birds, they migrate and that's what they do, and some don't migrate and that's what they do. Bald eagles will move if they need to find food. So if bald eagles have their nest further north and the river ices over, they will migrate to where there's open water.
Okay.
And that's why the dams are so popular, because even further north, where it might freeze over, all that water churning, it won't freeze just downstream of the dam, and the fish are kind of stunned and stupid. And,
easy hunting.
It's very easy hunting, yeah. So we have resident bald eagles, but then we also have the migratory bald eagles this time of year. So it's really great eagle viewing.
Really cool. And now you can step into the theater that day and watch a movie, correct?
Yeah, so we have a commercial-sized theater inside the museum. Some people don't realize that because it's kind of tucked away, but it seats over 100 people, full movie theater experience. And what we're going to be doing is at 10 and at noon, we're going to be playing Frozen and Frozen 2. So if you've got little kiddos and you want that movie theater experience rather than just sitting at home in the living room watching Frozen yet again, we'll have that completely free of charge.
You could, I was looking up. Sorry, I guess my hair was too wet. I had like this big puffball going on. My apologies, sir. I was looking like a buffoon. I love the fact that you're able to kind of diversify this and make sure that if people want to step inside, now on the 17th there really won't be a reason to be, but normally like on a colder day to step in, watch a movie with your little one or just your family. Or by yourself, and then go back out and be a part of the presentations and all the really cool things that are out there.
So we've got a ton of different stuff. So if you came and did everything, like my kiddo always insists on, she's there for like 5 hours, she has to do everything.
Does she?
But we have animal shows that you can purchase tickets for that will be inside. led by Treehouse Wildlife Center.
They're great.
And they will go through what local fauna or local animals have to go through adaptation-wise to overwinter here in this region. So that's going to be like the theme of their shows. We have indoor movies. We have all the exhibits inside. But then outside we have all those vendors. And if you take your kiddo to at least 6, they'll get a goodie bag.
That's really cool. What type of vendors?
Well, the Nature Institute and all those educational
that makes
booths.
Sense.
Yeah.
That's a perfect opportunity, especially, honestly, for anyone. It's not really an age-specific thing.
No, if you're, 50, 60, 70 and go visit 6 booths and get your stamps, we'll give you a goodie bag for sure.
I'm going just to prove that you can get the goodie bag no matter what the age requirement is. But, I mean, even the presentations, I'm sure Treehouse does such a good job with them that it's going to be suitable for kids, but also for adults to learn a bunch, too.
Yeah, so you can buy those tickets now online, but you can also buy them if they're not sold out in person as well. So they're $10 a ticket. I think it's ages 3 through 12 is only $7 a ticket, and then 3 and under, you can put them on your lap and they're free.
And now they're at 11 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 2 p.m., correct?
Correct, yep. There's 3, so you can just catch one of them. A lot of times people just come for the event and they happen to time it right and they'll buy a ticket. The first year we did sell out.
Oh, wow.
So I would buy your tickets ahead of time online, but what we did was anybody who didn't show, we did have a wait list, and so we kind of double booked in that way. But and so we'll do that again if we sell out, but I would encourage people to buy their tickets ahead of time.
And it's really easy. If you just go to the Riverbender calendar, it'll take you directly to their website, mtrf.org/IceJam at the Dam 2024, and it takes you right there to everything you need to know.
Yeah, so MTRF stands for Meeting of the Rivers Foundation, and any proceeds, this is a free event, but the animal shows cost money. You can buy a s'mores kit. We'll have little fire pits for kiddos to make s'mores. Those cost money. And then just normal gift shop sales, stuff like that. All that from the day, all those proceeds go to benefit the Meeting of the Rivers Foundation, which is the cooperating association that partners with the museum and the educational programs we have there.
And I'm sure that gives you guys a great boost to really get the word out and help, get the public involved too.
Yeah.
Really cool. And now take me through this raffle fundraiser, because I'm a little bit of a gambler.
Yeah.
And I haven't won since November. That's a true statement. I know I haven't gambled as much, but I've just kind of gotten deflated. But you can buy raffle tickets, and this is 50-50?
So we've got 2 different kinds.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
cool.
So we have raffle items, and we still have more items coming in. So we have a lodge stay at Pure Marquette, an overnight lodge stay. We have a couple of gift baskets from our gift shop. Audubon gave us like a birding gift bag. We've got a gift card from Shivers. Old Bakery, I think, gave a gift card of $100. So you can buy raffle tickets and put all your raffle tickets or in one jar or spread them out.
Gotcha.
And, you have to be present to win. You can buy them ahead of time. We're selling the tickets now, and all the raffle items are out on display in the museum. So you can start buying your tickets now. We also have a little jar for Surprise Me, because we're still getting more raffle items. So you can just kind of put your ticket in there and try your luck. But then we're also doing 50-50, which is, just you give 50% of the proceeds, and the foundation gets 50% of the proceeds. And what's cute about that is you can buy, I forget the exact dollar amounts, but I think you can buy 5 for maybe $6. Don't quote me.
Oh, you
then,
almost had it. You can get a ticket for $1 or 6 tickets for $5. I like the wingspan.
And then the wingspan. So we're trying to, eagle theme. So if you want a wingspan, you pay for the wingspan. We'll stretch it out, and I'm not even 5'2", so you're gonna want somebody else. I always love doing that. I'll go to the Nature Institute fundraisers, and they'll get an arm's worth, and I'm like, no, I want that guy.
Yeah, I want his arm's worth.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Don't throw things.
Great. Sorry about that. Great tip, though. And now I like it, too, because the 50-50 could get pretty big, too.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people there that day.
Yeah, so we usually have about 1,000, and if it's going to be 60 degrees, it won't be icy, but it will be great weather.
Yeah.
We also have open tours of Melvin Price Lock and Dam. Mm-hmm. So we do this anytime we have a big event, and that's because our tours cap out per tour guide at about 25 people. And for large events like this, we just can't accommodate everybody. So what we do is, instead of having people sign up for a discrete tour and go on a single group tour, we just open Melvin Price for the entirety of the event. We'll just station rangers along the lock and dam and then just have somebody that's riding the elevator up and down. So you can go and spend 5 minutes on top of Melvin Price. You can spend 5 hours on top of Melvin Price. Still get all the same information that you would from our volunteers and rangers that are up top. We'll also have spotting scopes up top to watch the eagles that are flying by.
That's really cool, and I like that where it's at their own pace.
It's at their own pace, yep. So you can go, if it gets a little windy or a little cold, you can come back down, you can stand by the fire. There's just so much to do. And one thing that's new this year is we are going to have a Louie from the Blues.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, from 10:30 to 11. He's our icy little mascot. He goes where the ice is, so he's coming out to our event from 10:30 to 11. Bobber the water safety dog will probably make an appearance alongside him, so that's our Army Corps of Engineers water safety mascot. So that might be a great time to bring your kiddos.
Is the eagle coming back too?
The eagle might come back. Eric the eagle, yeah, we'll have to see. He might be in the afternoon because Eric the eagle and Bobber the water safety dog might be the same person.
Oh, no. Hey, I don't know about that.
So we'll see.
That's
we'll
your
see.
TMZ report of the day. They're the same person. But I got a question. Are you feeling chilly? Well, you can beat the cold by warming up at one of the campfires or outdoor heaters placed outside, plus the food vendors.
Oh, food vendors and live music. So we've got Pig on a Wing. Old Bakery will be selling beer and chili. And then we have Shivers to do the coffee.
Nice.
Keep you nice and warm. And then we do have live music. Chris Cahill, he has come for every single ice jam.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to get a musician that wants to play in, you book them in August and it could be 0 degrees.
Yeah.
So we just have a little sign that he can swap that says when inside to warm up, because he plays and his fingers get cold.
Yeah.
You can't wear gloves when you play guitar.
No.
But he has braved the weather with us. This will be the 3rd year in a row and everyone always has such great feedback. His music's amazing. So please come out.
How long does it take for y'all to put this together? Because this isn't an easy event. I mean, there's a lot of components, a lot of vendors. What's the setup time?
So with stuff like this, the first year took many weeks. The second year we made some changes and it took a little bit of time. We're at the point now, and this has been my experience with events and most people that plan events. You get it to where it's kind of a self-running engine. Mm-hmm. The vendors, the partners, they all expect the invitation. They all know how to set up. So it's kind of a copy and paste. So this year, it has been a little simpler for us. Uh-huh. And one thing that's a lot easier about this event versus our other events, because it's behind the museum at the base of the lock and dam, we can put out our tents and tables and all that stuff the night before because it's locked.
Oh, gotcha.
Versus our other events that are out front, we're there at 5 a.m. doing it. So this one, honestly, I am much less stressed this year than the last couple. It's going to be really great. It's going to be really warm. Unfortunately, fortunately, not sure.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because the cold, really, February's a tough month. And
February's a tough month.
Well, the fact, every ice jam in February has been very successful whenever you've done them. Mm-hmm. And now with some warmer weather, it's going to be a pretty big day.
I sure hope so.
Now, all we need to tell you again is it's going to be warm. We're talking 60s in a couple of weeks. You got the sleet coming Monday, but that's like a one-day only thing, almost like a weekends only, but just happens Monday. Then you're in the clear. And what I think's great now, a cost of admission free.
Cost of admission's free. Always is free for Melvin Price and the National Great Rivers Museum.
That's just so cool. And then on top of it all, the tickets for all these shows are so cheap that it's really affordable for any parent, no matter what age they are or how, to make sure that everyone has fun that day.
Absolutely. Yep.
Is there anything else I'm forgetting about this?
Just that it's one of the most interesting winter events that you can go to in the area.
That's true. And on top of it all, you're going out and really getting insights on the lock and dam because there's so many things that I think the public don't realize that you guys are in charge of or responsible for.
Yes. So we are in charge of all the river navigation up and down the Mississippi River, and Melvin Price Lock and Dam is the only lock and dam to have ever been replaced of the 29 that are on the Mississippi River. So we've got the more efficient, more technologically advanced, like the direction that the other locks and dams are trying to go. So we really have a gem here as far as learning about global transportation and industry on the river.
And it's a it's huge
80
business.
feet in the air.
Yeah, well, and that, just the barges. Yeah. Huge business. If we didn't have you guys in the lock and dam,
millions and millions of dollars of commodity go through there, and especially like during harvest season.
Yeah.
If we had an unexpected closure, we have 2 locks, so we typically don't ever need to close because we have redundancy there. But if something catastrophic were to happen, we had to have an emergency closure that we couldn't plan ahead for. We're looking at probably like $2 million in lost economic revenue a day. Yeah.
Well, I can see it. I mean, it makes tons of sense, and especially after I started talking about with Mary about the freightway and seeing how it plays into down here into Alton's area with the river. It's huge.
Yeah.
And you get to learn about all of that. Have fun with your kids, or just by yourself if you want to go and hang out, or your friends.
It is so much fun.
And no, that's what I wanted. It's one that's really for all ages.
It really is. And especially this time of year, we get so many people coming down the river road for eagle viewing, and we are a hot spot for eagle viewing. We get a lot of influx in people at the museum and La Lock and Dam in January and February, which is counterintuitive, but it's because people are eagle watching. So we've got older people that want to come and see the eagles. We have younger people that want to come see eagles. There's face painting and crafts for the kiddos. There's movies. There's animal shows, spotting scopes for the eagles. I mean, you can't really go wrong no matter what your interest or age.
No, and they'll add on the live music and the great vendors. You got a heck of a February 17th. That's a Saturday, isn't it?
Yes, Saturday.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to say Saturday, and then it'd be Sunday. No,
a week from Saturday, and it's 10 to 3.
10 to 3, and you can stay for the whole 5 hours?
You can stay for the whole thing. It's free.
Or you can just go for a couple minutes, whatever your heart
content. Go for
content.
what you're interested in, or stay for what you find.
And now, is this the correct website to promote?
MTRF.org. Yep.
There you go. MTRF.org to find all the latest information. You can also register for the animal shows online. As Allison said, the first year sold out. You don't want to do that because, let's be honest, we've all been a part of it where the little one didn't get the ticket in time, and then they're crying, and then you feel bad, and then you get it ahead of time, and that way everyone can have a really great ice jam at the dam. Allison, this flew by.
Yes, it did.
9:36. Thank you for your time, and you're welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
We'll take a quick pause here, and we'll take a little bit of a resty poo for CJ, and I'll come back and ramble into this thing more on RiverBender.com.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
$9.39 from grooving at dance parties to engaging in astronomy explorations and celebrating the Lunar New Year. The array of events scheduled offers something exciting for everyone to enjoy, and for a comprehensive list, you can always go to RiverBender.com/events and start planning your next memorable outing. We're going to lead off with Super Sunday. This is the Big Shaboozy. Get ready for a day filled with faith, Football and fun at Abundant Church's Super Sunday on February the 11th. Located at 3986 Humbert Road in Alton, the church is set to offer 2 dynamic service experiences, one at 9 and one at 11 a.m., featuring live music and an inspiring message. The festivities continue with free tailgate food, NFL drills for kids, photo opportunities, a field goal challenge, plus major giveaways, including a TV. Pastor Joe filled us in a couple of days ago. Everyone in the community and surrounding is invited to experience the energy and the community spirit of Super Sunday. I'll be at this with my mama this weekend. Taste the Spirit of Love and Charity at Valentine's Day wine tasting event hosted by the Alton Community Service League, also known as the ACSL, and at the Loyal Order of the Moose. Scheduled for February 10th, that's Saturday, at Wood River Moose Lodge 1349 in Wood River. The event will feature exquisite wine selections, olive oil, marketplace oils, and balsamics, with tickets at $20 a piece, available at the door or through contact. Guests can also participate in various raffles, including a 50-50 drawing. All proceeds will support the Alton Community Service League, which provides so many opportunities to other area charities through grants and other ways of giving. You can join the celebration of the Drunken Fish's 20th anniversary at the Lunar New Year Party in St. Louis, Missouri. The event promises an unforgettable night with all-you-can-eat offerings, including a complimentary wine, beer, or signature cocktail, and additional beverages available for purchase. You can revel in a festive atmosphere with Drunken Fish and Kimchi Guy's favorites, a live DJ, a lion dance, live sushi chefs, and more. Early birds arriving before 7 p.m. receive an extra complimentary cocktail. Get your tickets at drunkenfish.com and be a part of this vibrant festivity on February the 9th at 612 North Event Space and Catering. At the Hainer Library, they invite you to a special Valentine-themed memory cafe. This is on February the 10th as well. Now, this welcoming gathering provides a space for those experiencing Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia, along with their caregivers, to socialize and build support networks. With holiday-themed items, activities, and refreshments provided, the event encourages connection and reminiscing. No registration is required for this inclusive and supportive event. At Alton VFW, post 1308, get out those dancing shoes and call the friends. It's set to host an exhilarating night of music with Left Hand Cowboy live at the post February the 10th. The band, known for their country, Americana, rock and roll, blues, and more, will bring their energy to one of the area's largest dance floors, that's for sure. Enjoy the fantastic food at the canteen and get ready to dance the night away with friends, family, and those fellow music lovers out in the 618. Coming up tomorrow night, Alton Little Theater is excited for this one. The best of the best country love music enthusiasts in Alton are in for a treat as Alton Little Theater presents this show, scheduled for February the 10th at 7:30 p.m. and February the 11th at 2 p.m. You'll make it home for the Super Bowl. The event brings together a collection of the region's finest vocalists to perform a beloved country hits accompanied by captivated storytelling. What's more, attendees have a unique opportunity to vote for their favorite performer, who stands to win a $500 prize each night. Do not miss this blend of entertainment, chocolate, libations, food, and all of that and more, all taking place at the Dorothy Colonius Foyer at Alton Little Theater. For more events, we'll take you through them. On February the 9th, that Valentine's Day drop-in station is the perfect opportunity to create a special Valentine's Day card at the Hainer Library Kids Space at the Alton Square Mall on February 9th. You can join the fun with your little ones at We Jam at the library, where Miss Lindsay leads a dance party in the Bubbles every Friday morning at the Wood River Public Library. Older adults looking for companionship can make new connections at SSP Presents Speed Connections event on February the 9th at Senior Services Plus. This is really cool and kind of took the area by storm. I mean, I called Emily Jackson and SSP and said, we got to bring you on. This is a great event. And now you heard Teresa Collins coming on for North Alton Godfrey Business Council Spotlight. They're over in St. Louis talking about it this week, too. I mean, we're excited about this Speed Connections, a great event. This is designed specifically for adults over the ages of 55 that are either looking for friendship or a romantic relationship. So there's two options, and plus, what I think's cool is they're doing this a safe way, where everyone's going to have a name tag on that has their first name and what they're looking for. And if the connection goes well, that 5 minutes or however long they talk with the other person, if it goes well, they'll get the contact information from SSP. They'll hold that until they know it's safe to give it out. Also, coming up on a Friday night, Matt Tall on the heated patio at Baker's and Hale. This is going to be really great. Now, wrestling enthusiasts, you don't want to miss out the action-packed night that SICW has waiting in the wings for you at the Belle Claire Fairgrounds with doors opening at 6 p.m. Let's sneak on onto Saturday. On the 10th, the third biannual blood drive in conjunction with the pancakes and sausage breakfast. That will be taking place at the Wood River Masonic Lodge at Wood River, offering a free breakfast to those who attempt to donate blood and supporting local hospitals with the collected donations. For those planning home improvements, the Gateway Home Show at the Gateway Center in Collinsville is the perfect event to get inspired and meet with home improvement professionals. At the Rustic Grill and Tavern, it's gearing up because you know what this weekend is? Mardi Gras, the Mardi Gras celebration at the Rustic Tavern, complete with live music, food, and a heated tent. You can gather your girlfriends for a Galentine's Day sip and shop at the Wildy Theater, where you can indulge in some retail therapy with drinks, music, and over 30 vendors. You can join the festive parade in two spots. If you want to head up to Warden, Mardi Gras 2024 in downtown Warden, where the entire town comes alive with that celebration. It is a sight to be seen, and if you haven't been a part of it, I highly encourage you to go have fun on the Saturday morning. Granite City is also hosting its own Mardi Gras, complete with a parade, block party, and a bar crawl to keep the festivities going all night long. For a day of wellness and relaxation, Cohen Counseling and Wellness Center is hosting Self-Care Saturday with a variety of vendors offering health and self-care products. Couples looking for a romantic retreat can book the Valentine's Day getaway at Aries Resort, complete with a 4-course dinner, wine, and luxurious accommodations. Gearheads can head on over to the Auto Swap on February the 11th, that Sunday, for a chance to find some treasures from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. with an admission fee of $6. Music lovers won't want to miss a tribute to the music of Bobby Darin at the Alfresco Performing Arts Center in Granite City. The popular show brings back the incredible music of the iconic entertainer, including his hits like Beyond the Sea and Mac the Knife. Finally, sports fans and, well, anyone that just wants to have a good time, and food fans, you are invited to join Cat Daddy's annual Super Bowl potluck in Alton, where you can catch the big game on February the 11th, and you don't have to pay $20,000 for a seat with doors opening at 2 p.m. Bring a dish, enjoy the game with fellow fans, and now the big thing, remember, you can always find out more information about all of these events on RiverBender.com, and if you've got an event of your own, don't hesitate. Sign into your free RiverBender.com account. All you do is hit the sign-in button. Make sure you have an account created. If you don't create one, it's really easy. It's just like creating any other social media account. And then submit it to our community calendar. We love to see what you're up to. And now the bigger thing for me personally, as you guys know, I handle a lot of the community calendar and really make sure we're promoting all that we can. And I'm proud of this. I mean, a 10-minute long article on events this weekend in the area is a pretty good thing. But there's a ton of options that we offer here at RiverBender.com as well, and we can get thousands upon thousands of eyes on your event if you need the region to see it. If you want to make sure that all of the region is aware of your event, you can email me today, CJ at RiverBender.com. That's CJ, the letters C and J, at RiverBender.com. They kept it simple because I can't remember what I had for breakfast, let alone an email. And you can explore our range of event promotion services. I highly encourage you to do so. We're honestly, in my opinion, and this is before I even came here, I've always thought RiverBender's the best when it comes to these sorts of adventures. At 9:49, those are the events happening throughout the weekend, and we'll take a quick pause. We'll come back on this date in history, and we'll wrap up the 9 o'clock hour right after this on this 8th day Get over here of February.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
We walk the line and try to see, falling behind what could be. Oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love.
9:52, welcome back. I love getting sleep. I look exhausted, and I think it's the lights that make me look so pale. I promise I'm not sick. I'm feeling better on this date in history. We'll start with this one. In 1777, just 6 months after his release as a prisoner of war, Major Timothy Bigelow becomes colonel of the 15th Massachusetts Colonial Line of the Continental Army. On this date in 1985, Sir William Lyons, the founder of the British luxury automaker Jaguar, died at the age of 84 in England. Lyons was born in Blackpool, England on September the 4th, 1901. Also, on this date in history, in 1983, gunmen steal the champion Irish racehorse Sugar from a stud farm owned by the Aga Khan in the County Kildare, Ireland. Man, that was a tough one. The 5-year-old thoroughbred stallion named European Horse of the Year in 1981 was worth quite a bit of money. On this date in 1978, a classic nor'easter storm that brought a severe blizzard to New England finally subsides on this date, and the region begins to dig themselves out under several feet of snow. On this date in 1587, after 19 years of imprisonment, Mary, Queen of Scots, beheaded in England for her complicity in the murder plot of Queen Elizabeth I. On this date in 1725, Peter the Great, the Emperor of Russia, dies and is succeeded by his wife Catherine. The reign of Peter, who became sole Tsar in 1696, was characterized by a series of sweeping military, political, economic, and cultural reforms. On February 8th, 1915, D.W. Griffith's Birth of Nation, a landmark film in the history of cinema, premieres in Los Angeles on this date in 1915. In 1904, following the Russian rejection of a Japanese plan to divide Manchuria and Korea into spheres of influence, Japan launched a surprise naval attack against Port Arthur, a Russian naval base in China. In 1924, the first execution by lethal gas in American history is carried out in Carson City, Nevada. The executed man was Tong Li, a member of a Chinese gang who was convicted of murdering a rival gang member. In 1994, years later, he would pay a therapist counseling Adam Sandler in the back comedy Anger Management. But on this date in history, it was the Oscar-winning Jack Nicholson who let his anger get out of control and, well, smashed windshields in an episode of Road Rage. John Grisham, on this date in 1995, the best-selling author known for his legal thrillers, I love him, is born in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Books have sold over 250 million copies. That is incredible. And over a half a dozen of his novels turned into films. Happy birthday to, I'm sure, a lot of our favorite authors. Also, on this date in history, one more for you. On February the 8th, 1986, Spud Webb, who at 5'7" was the shortest players, one of them in history of professional basketball, wins the NBA Slam Dunk Contest, beating his Atlanta Hawks teammate and the 1985 dunk champ, Dominic Wilkins, also turned out to be 6'8". That's pretty impressive. Oh, and then one final one. In 1918, the United States Army resumes publication of the military newsletter Stars and Stripes, and it began as a newsletter for Union soldiers during the American Civil War that returned into publication on this date in history in 1918. Also on this date in music, Sam Smith, the British soul singer Sam Smith, won 4 Grammy Awards in the United States, including the prestigious prize for Record and Song of the Year for Stay With Me, and Best New Artist, the Album of the Year, went to Beck for Morning Phase. In 2013, Axl Rose, the hero of so many people, buffoon is what I call him, was in court. They threw out a claim by Axl Rose of fraud and misrepresentation against Guitar Hero 3. Rose claimed that his deal with the company to license the song Welcome to the Jungle for use in the game included a promise from Activision that no images of Smash would be used in the game. Well, didn't work. Later, both Maroon 5 singer Adam Levine and Gwen Stefani's band, No Doubt, sued the company over their own portrayals in Band Hero. That was a Guitar Hero series spinoff, but Axl Rose just can't make any friends, can he? A report on the rise of digital music on this date in 2013, 1 in 5 consumers bought all of their music as downloads. The report also said that 27.7% of UK music fans purchased downloads from stores such as iTunes or Amazon, or stream songs on services like Spotify or YouTube, and that the streaming market was now worth £49 million, because this was in the UK, to record labels. We all started to remember this just tumultuous relationship and just awful situation. R&B singer on this date in 2009, Chris Brown, questioned by Los Angeles police over a complaint of assault. The 19-year-old had pulled out of his performance at the Grammys, as well as his pop star girlfriend at the time, Rihanna. Police and Mr. Brown argued with an unidentified Police said Mr. Brown argued with an unidentified woman while sitting in a car. Brown walked into a police station and was later released on a $50,000 bail. Los Angeles police did not identify the woman who made the complaint against Chris Brown. One final one for you today. Maybe a little bit more. Oasis were forced to cancel their first foreign tour after they were deported from Holland. The band were involved in a drunken brawl on a cross-channel ferry, resulting in members of the band being arrested and locked in the brig on the ferry. That happened on this date in 1994. REM made their first ever recording session at the Bombay Studios in Smyrna, Georgia. Tracks included Gardening at Night, Radio Free Europe, and Don't Go Back to Rockville. The divorce became final between David Bowie on this date and his wife Angie in 1980. He won the custody of their son, Zoe, also known as Joe. Angie received a $51,000 settlement in the case. In 1975, Bob Dylan back on to #1 on the U.S. chart with his 15th studio album, Blood on the Tracks, his second U.S. #1. The album became part of Dylan's all-time best-selling studio releases with a double platinum U.S. certification by the Recording Industry Association of America. One final one on their first full day in New York. The Beatles, minus George, who had a sore throat that day, went for a photo op walk around Central Park. Over 400 fangirls followed the Beatles, and extra police were called in to control them. Later in the day, the Ronettes interviewed the Beatles for radio. That happened on this date in history, and now it's 10 o'clock in downtown Alton. We'll take a quick break in our daily show. We'll continue after this. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Lennox.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
.05, welcome back to Top of the Hour News on RiverBender.com. Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain did announce on Wednesday that his office has filed charges against 2 individuals in connection with the shooting in Alton that critically injured a 13-year-old girl. Alvin Perry III, 19 years of age, of Alton, charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, unlawful possession of weapon by a felon, and aggravated unlawful use of weapons. Rashawn M. Colvin, 19 years of age, of Alton, was additionally charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, unlawful sale or delivery of firearms, unlawful possession of weapon by a felon, and aggravated unlawful use of weapons. The charges of attempted first-degree murder allege the defendants, or one for whose conduct they are legally responsible, discharged a weapon in the direction of the victim, striking her in the head. The victim suffered a gunshot as she stood on her porch outside a house on Highland Avenue on Saturday afternoon. Haynes said he expects the evidence to show that the girl was not a targeted victim. Haynes noted that the case does currently remain under investigation by the Alton Police Department detectives and additional charges could be announced. Haynes commended assistant state's attorneys for their work on the case. He also commended the Alton Police Department for its swift response and investigation, along with the agencies that responded and assisted, including the Madison County Sheriff and the Illinois State Police. A quote from Mayor Goins: "Our community is hurting right now due to this senseless shooting. I've spoken with the victim's family, who are also hurting. While it won't heal the hurt, I find comfort in knowing that Chief Ford and the entire Alton Police Department are doing everything they can to help obtain justice for the innocent child and her family. I'd like to thank Tom Hain and his team for filing these charges. I know once the investigation is complete and all charges are filed, all of those who are responsible for this tragedy will be held accountable, and our community will be safer." Hain has filed petitions seeking pretrial detention for the defendants, meaning they would be held at Madison County Jail until trial. One of the defendants, Perry, was charged on October 23rd with attempted armed robbery, a Class 1 felony, over the objection of Hain's office, which had filed a petition to deny Perry as a public safety risk. Perry was released on October 25th under the terms of the Safety Act. This charge and the statements made herein are based upon probable cause, and defendants are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. Out of Alton, Centerstone has a new webpage where you can go to find out more about their substance use disorder treatment programs. RecoverWithUs.org allows you to fill out a form to get information about treatment options and more. Kristen Green, a nurse practitioner with Centerstone, explained the different options they have, from withdrawal management to residential treatment, depending on what your needs are. She joined us yesterday for our first installment of our Centerstone partnership. Green explained that Centerstone offers withdrawal management options which allow people to safely detox and receive medical assistance to be as comfortable as possible. They often use medication-assisted treatment to make people more comfortable as they go through withdrawal. After withdrawal management, Centerstone will often encourage patients to get into the residential program. This 28-day program combines group therapy, classes, individual therapy, and peer support. The program aims to feel more like a retreat than a hospital, and they promote holistic wellness. A quote from Green: "Me as a provider, I really wanted to focus on treating the whole person, mind and body, getting them back on track. You can't recover if you don't work on your physical and mental health as well, and I truly believe that." A final quote from Kristen Green: Addiction can happen to anyone, and that's one of the things I tell them when they come in, because especially with people that are intoxicated or in withdrawal, they're sick, they're scared, they don't know where to turn, they feel defeated. In the future, my medical director and I, whom I'm collaborating with, have big plans to start doing some hepatitis treatment, hepatitis C treatment, adding more behavioral health services, and adding more. We're hoping to build detox, and we're hoping just to continue on to build and grow to help people all over the state. For more information on these services, you can visit recoverwithus.org. That's recoverwithus.org, or call 1-877-HOPE-123. Let's take a look at weather. Currently right now in the heart of the 618, registering in at 56 degrees. It feels like 54 today. Clouds and sun. It will become windier and warm with a chance of a shower in places this afternoon. Tonight, breezy this evening. Otherwise, rather cloudy and mild. Temperatures will reach 64 degrees today and drop down to 46 overnight. On Friday, a high of 67 degrees, a low of 40. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at low to mid 40s for the high temperatures and high 20s to low 30s for the low. Right now, as it sits, it's 56 degrees, and as always, if you want to see this beautiful shot of downtown Alton and Clark Bridge, that sun is shining through and more cars out and about. As the heart of the 618 is thriving this morning, you can see that in real time at RiverBender.com/weather. And for time and temperature throughout the day, you give that number a ring, 618-465-4545, this time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. We'll take a quick break. Our daily show will continue on this Thursday morning, right after this in downtown Alton.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got Joey.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior, gear up with Falcommit and elevate your hunting experience. From rugged gear for the seasoned hunter to adorable outfits for the little ones, we've got your whole family covered. Literally, because the best moments are made in the great outdoors. And with Falcommit, you're not just wearing gear, you're wearing the stories of your adventures. Discover the joy of hunting together. Visit falcommit.com and outfit your family for the next generations of memories.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Look around your world, pretty baby. Is it everything you hoped it'd be? The wrong guy, the wrong situation, the right time.
Welcome back, 10:13 on this Thursday morning. Adam, Steven, Alton Family Martial Arts and Fitness in studio. Man, Alton Family Martial Arts and Fitness has really become a community staple. It's really fun to see the growth.
That's awesome. We appreciate it.
And Stephen, you're the general manager extraordinaire, and I do want to point out that Adam said I needed to put bald Stephen in front of that. I did not, out of respect, because I only weigh 120 pounds and a gust of wind puts me on 270. So, just Stephen today.
That's fair.
Stephen, take me through Alton Family Martial Arts and Fitness as a whole, and take me through your day-to-day as a general manager.
Okay. I mean, basically, I'm running the books and kind of helping the gym go through. Just to start with, Alton Family Martial Arts is located in Nautilus, and we have a small room up on the top floor. I think there's probably about 400 square feet of room in there, maybe a little more. And we meet basically every night. We have a class out there. So schedule-wise, I'm there with them guys every day.
That's really cool. And now, is that the room that is like over the basketball courts in a way?
Yeah, absolutely.
What a nice space for that, really.
Yeah.
And then it's a nice spot to really get a sweat working up, too.
For sure.
What I think's cool, just watching your Facebook the last couple of days, because I like to follow along, is just the love and the camaraderie that really is with I call it a family over with what you guys have, and the running jokes and just all the shout outs, man. It's fun to watch and gets people engaged.
Yeah, it's definitely a family experience.
Well, Adam, I've heard you've had a hell of a couple of
yeah, it's been a while, 12 months, that's for sure.
Fill me in on this.
Yeah, so I started a weight loss transformation with First Form about a year ago. And the first couple months was just lifting weights and things like that. And then I went to my brother-in-law's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition. I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
So naturally, I mean, as everyone who starts Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you get a little nervous, you get scared, you kind of push it off. Yeah, I'll start next week. Right? I mean, that's every single person that I've talked to.
Yep. You know, my dog's sick. I gotta.
Exactly.
Well, it usually comes down to health. They're like, oh, I've talked to my doctor. I shouldn't be doing these exercises or stretches. And I'm just really going to wait until I feel better.
Right.
Something to shout out to the community. It's never too early to start.
Or
late. We have every flavor in the gym, and we take it at your pace, not our pace.
Right.
So you have a time to build that strength, build that momentum, and then you can go from there.
Well, absolutely. And Adam, that's a great testament because, I mean, you've had a hell of a year.
When I first started jiu-jitsu, I was around 320. So,
no kidding.
Yeah. And there was very, very few people, and most people that do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, they're in shape, they're smaller, and I'm just this behemoth of a guy, right? So there was very few people who, every time, like, hey, Adam, I'll roll with you. So, I mean, all the blue belts, obviously, were super cool with it and scorched me from the beginning. But it wasn't one of those things where I would go to class being that big and wouldn't have anybody to roll with. There was always someone there willing to, hey, let's do this. I'm like, all right, cool, right on.
Well, and that's what I think's cool because, when I'm going through your website, and I think the big thing is the respect that, you really get doing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because you're going to learn respect pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
We call it the ego killer.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody comes in with this big ego. I'm so strong. I've worked out for days. I can handle this. And then the first day you meet a 14-year-old that may or may not best you.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of an eye-opener, That's a wake-up call for a lot of folks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and it's just really incredible to see how it's really grown. And what I think's cool is the fact that instructors are so, diligent about getting stuff out on social media. They're proud of the work, and everyone on the team's proud.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Courtwall.
He's
absolutely. Head coach out there.
We'll have to get him on the show
We love that
soon.
guy, and he's definitely cornerstone of our gym.
Well, and I really think it's great. Now, Adam Marburger is the owner of this, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
He's doing some really great stuff, too. Every time you look.
Busy man.
Very busy.
I don't know how he keeps it up with it, but you got a great team that runs the ship and everything's going. And Adam, take me through this. So you started off about a year ago.
Yep. Started off time-wise about a year ago. And I started going, I believe at the time it was like 2-3 days a week.
Okay.
Kind of getting my feet wet, kind of easing myself into it, and then a competition popped up. It was like 3 months down the road, I believe, and I was like, you know what? I'm on this weight loss journey, so I'm gonna put a goal weight down and pay this fee to do this competition at this weight that I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get down to. So I paid it. Did the 3 months, and I got below the weight that I wanted to.
Incredible, man.
So it was like added bonus. Like I knew I wanted to compete from when I started. I knew I didn't want to compete in the division that I was currently weighing at. So with jiu-jitsu, proper nutrition, it was easy to get down to that goal weight that I wanted. And so after that, probably after the first month or so, I was going 4 to 5 days a week.
That's really cool. And now you're gearing up for another competition, aren't you?
Me and Steven are both going down to Memphis at IBJJF.
Nice. Take me through that. That's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a super big deal. We've got a group of us going down there, but it's the 25th. It looks like they squeezed it all into one day for us. So we're all going to get to compete. It's usually 2-day span.
What does that do for fitness and how you go about your matches during that when it's combined into one day? Because I'm sure you got to really watch the conservation of energy too, I'm assuming.
Yes, absolutely. I would say that we really step it up in the gym. I mean,
there's a running joke with me and Steven when we roll together because we don't have a slow button, if you will. A warm-up, yes. Adam and Fort will tell you. We'll have warm-ups, and if they see me and Steven walking towards each other, like, well, guess we're not doing warm-ups today.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, and what I think's great is all the different varieties that you offer for folks, because you aren't intimidating anyone whenever they want to make this decision. You know, it's really up to them. And now take me through how you do this, because there's a bunch of different ways that you can be a part of Alton Family Martial Arts and Fitness.
Right. So just to run through what we have available, we do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We do it for kids and adults. We have classes Monday through Saturday for the bulk, and we even threw in one on Sunday for ladies only. We're really trying to get out to the women of this area and bring them in. I think we've even talked about doing a self-defense class.
That would be really cool.
Up, so, a little plug on that, where it's definitely in the works.
Really cool.
So, just moving forward, we've got MMA, we've got jiu-jitsu, we've got kickboxing, and then we split it up for age range and women.
Well, and I got to ask you about the age ranges, because I'm sure me going in there is going to have a different mindset than maybe little Johnny at 11 years old that's really wanting to try this out.
Yep.
It's probably fun to watch the kids really get in there those first couple of weeks with all the adrenaline and energy and ready to do it.
Yeah,
it's the same for adults in that aspect.
Is it really?
Oh yes,
really cool.
People like I'm still a white belt too, but white belts we come in and we. Steven will have a better way of describing it, but we're super tense, right?
Yeah.
We're all tensed up, and then as time goes on, you relax a lot more. You slow down a lot more. It's not a complete battle at that time. It's more of a learning experience.
Yeah, we call it the spazzy white belt.
Yes. Which is true.
And basically what that means is you just don't know what you're doing, and you're fighting every single position and not wanting to release and let the motion go. And it really causes this weird rolling fatigue between everybody.
Right.
So.
Well, and I got to ask you this, because not even close to the same thing, but I at the time and still am on my little bit of a retirement tour from the independent scene of wrestling when I was doing that full time. There's kind of like an initiation eventually, where you're kind of there for a couple of weeks, and then some older guy comes in there and stretches you out in the ring and is going to let you work, but you don't. You just kind of sit there and eventually go to sleep. And that's kind of the initiation, because they want to show they know the holds. But in this, I mean, this is shoot. So what's the initiation? Is there anything like that?
I won't say there's really an initiation.
Yeah.
I will say that we have a lot of people that. Let's go back to the ego-driven.
Yeah.
Ego-driven, that's what this thing is. So you'll have somebody come up and they'll really be tense and they'll really be going 150%. So we'll just use our technique and tap them out. And we'll do that repetitively throughout the whole match. And it's not necessarily an initiation as it is a reminder.
Learning experience.
A learning experience.
A learning experience that, hey, you've got a lot of ground to cover to catch up with the people that have been here for a while.
Well, and that's what I really love about this, is because, I'll see competitions on YouTube, and not even just that, but also just, gyms that have the videos pop up every once in a while, and it's always the littlest guy in the room that's really just putting people down and holding them in.
Currently I'm 210, right? So, and there's not a lot of people that are stronger than me in jiu-jitsu in our area, because I still lift weights 6 days a week. Those little guys, I don't care how strong you are, I don't care how big you are, those 145, 155 pounders, they will support you all day long.
Well, and that's what I think is really cool about this too, is watching that happen, and it makes me feel like a little vicariously living through the little guy, you know, and realizing I could do it if I actually put the work in, you know.
Absolutely anyone could do this sport. I mean, I came in, Steven had the same issue. We had messed up backs, and I have not. My back has never been stronger. It's never been better. I'm more loose in my hips.
Yeah.
Everything in my body just feels better.
100%.
Well, and that's what I think's really great about this too, is the mobility aspect of it. Because I mean, I can only imagine how many walking boards you got in there the first day of training, and then week 3 comes around and you're able to actually move.
Right.
Can I ask you a little bit more about your youth classes?
Yeah, sure.
Because I think this is a really great opportunity for so many to get in at a young age and really learn a valuable skill. I mean, this is going to help you your whole life.
Can I start this?
Yeah, please do.
So I actually have put both my kids in our youth classes.
And
both my kids are awesome. They're great kids. They have big hearts. My eldest, he did struggle with attitude issues at school or things like nothing too crazy, right? But as soon as we put him in jiu-jitsu, everything changed. His attitude at home, his attitude at school, it's a complete 180 from where he was to where he is now. And I 100% credit the coaches at Alton Family for instilling the discipline in him. And now he's progressed so much in his kids class that he's actually moved up to adult class with us.
Wow.
So now I get to train 3, 4, 5 days a week with my kid. And it's awesome.
How's that car ride home go? You know, does he ever give you pointers like, hey, Dad, you know,
No, we're not there yet.
Okay.
We're not there yet. But he will be like, Dad, did you see I did this to this one guy? I was like, yeah, I totally did.
That's just great.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a huge testament, too, because so many times, you know, parents go, I don't know what to do anymore.
Right. Yep.
But it really, all it takes is sometimes just something like this class. And I highly encourage it because your rates are very affordable for this, too. I mean, you don't make it to where it's hard to do it.
Right.
And what are your, is it okay if we ask about
Yeah,
those?
that's fine, yeah.
What are your rates for youth classes?
So the youth class, like I said, I like to go through the schedule because you get 3 days a week.
Yep.
You've got Tuesday, Thursday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for the kids. And then what we do is Friday, we have a no-gi class, and that is 5:30 to 6:30. And you get that open access to the gym and those courses.
And Saturdays. They get to
Forget
come.
the open mat. We allow kids to come to the first half of open mat on Saturdays. So with that, it's $129 a month.
Wow.
And to add, if you've got multiple kids, we like to give a discount. So we don't charge you for an individual membership for each one. It's $129 plus $39 for every person you add.
That's really a great rate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially compared to other jiu-jitsu.
Exactly.
And we like to say that, you know, if you're a struggling family or you know somebody that's struggling and they want to put their kids or they need to have their kids in this situation, please call us. Please reach out. We will definitely work with everybody.
Really cool. And then now, does the schedule break down the Monday or the Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for all classes, or is it tiered?
Okay, so it's tiered.
Okay.
And we finally, after a little bit of a struggle, got our website updated.
It looks great, by the way.
So our schedule out there is now 100% accurate. So please go online, altonfma.com. And check us out.
Well, and too, because there's so much about this. Now, I got to ask if it's okay. Can you take me through the differences of what? Because kickboxing obviously is 10 times different than jiu-jitsu.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm sure the fitness component of it's there and then some with this, because you got to be pretty physically fit to do some kickboxing, and that's what I think's. Yeah.
You do absolutely, but the way Court teaches it, anybody in any shape can go in and learn and progress, and
that's really cool. Yeah. Well, because I thought too, if I'm a parent out there that has kids maybe in high school sports or maybe even before that, they're getting ready to go, this is great for physical fitness too. I mean, especially the jiu-jitsu side. I mean, you're going to be more fit than you would ever running. That's for darn sure.
We always say you really don't understand how out of shape you are until you start jiu-jitsu.
Is it and like we said earlier, that wake-up call hits you.
And yeah.
Do you guys have a moment to stick around? I want to take a break and keep talking if that's okay.
Absolutely.
I told you 15 minutes, but I do this all the time. I got to take a quick pause. It's the 8th day of February right here on this Thursday morning in downtown Alton. You're listening to our daily show on RiverBender.com, and we'll come right back to you right after this.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Song is about you. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about
10:30 on the nose on this Thursday morning. Welcome back to Our Daily Show. All right, we got to get this elephant out of the room here, Stephen. Mustache Stephen has said that we have yoga at Alton Family Martial Arts and Fitness, and that's a great thing to have on top of all the other services you provide.
Yes, Stephen Coney actually is the instructor. He's been doing it for 10 years. Actually worked here at Riverbend Yoga. So
really cool.
He's got tons of experience, and we'd love to see you guys out there. It's Saturday mornings. I believe we moved it to 9 a.m. We do it for an hour right before we go into our beginners class and then our open mat, so that everybody's stretched out and we're seeing a reduction of injury that way.
Well, and that's what I think is really cool, especially, and that's what I really like about this. I mean, everyone on your team that's teaching and instructing these classes, this isn't, a 2-week course and then you're slapping on the yoga mat and you're teaching. I mean, you have experienced and really well-trained folks that are with you.
And the yoga is not specifically just for jiu-jitsu. It's a very well-rounded yoga class.
Yeah.
If you're on your way to soccer practice and you want to go to yoga, that's a good time for you to go as well. So it can cater to absolutely anybody.
Yeah.
Really cool. Right. And now I was just peeking through the website. I'm on altonfma.com, and I went over to your special offers tab, and there's I see a 7-day free trial.
Yeah, so we do 7-day free trial for anybody to come on.
That is nerve-wracking for me. I should have asked you before. I'm offering 7 days free right now.
No, that's fine. We actually do. So anybody that's coming to the gym, we really like them to come in, get a feel for the class, get a feel for the coaches, people, really see what this is about before you go diving into paying the monthly fee. So please come on out, try it.
Absolutely. Yep. And now, Adam, we were talking about this during the break. You actually have done the one-on-one sessions with Court, and I love this. I mean, you're getting trained by a real professional and really getting to fine-tune what you need to work on.
It was extremely beneficial for me. I did my first one-on-one series with Court before my first competition. Fish actually went with me. That one was over in Kansas City. But there was a few things that I specifically knew that I needed to work on. And I mean, as a white belt, I needed to work on absolutely everything. But when I started, I told myself I want to get good at these three things. I wanted to get good at these 3 things, and then I'll progress after that. So those 3 things right before the competition, I wanted to fine tune. And called Court. Paid the one-on-one fee, and it was probably the best decision outside of actually starting jiu-jitsu that I had, because I was able to work on these 3 specific things. I believe, 6 or 7 different one-on-one sessions, and I was able to go to Kansas City and take gold. So
that's
my first
incredible.
comp.
Well, and then Adam, following up on that, I mean, it seems like this last year for you has just been really just amazing and beneficial.
It's been
with
insane.
And do you credit that a lot to just making that first step?
If it wasn't for Alton Family Martial Arts, for my fitness journey, I would have eventually made it to where I'm at now, but I would not have made it as quickly as I did. So
Absolutely.
what I was on with the macros and nutritions and the lifting and weights, I would have probably taken me about give or take 2 years to lose that amount of weight. But in incorporating the fitness, the nutrition, and throwing in jiu-jitsu, it just completely transformed everything for me.
That's just incredible.
Right.
And you know, Stephen, you got to be really proud of the team, and Adam's got to be too, because, I mean, to really create a haven, and that's what this is, where you can come in and feel welcomed, and you feel like you're a part of something. I mean, that's
100%.
That's what people, I think, are struggling with the most sometimes, is
Right.
they don't have that thing to really be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good shout out for our name.
Yeah.
You know, we called it Alton Family Martial Arts for a reason.
Yep.
We want everybody to feel like they're a family. Come in, enjoy yourself, run at your own pace, kind of join the ranks as you see fit, and just be a part of something much more than, you know, martial arts.
That's exactly right. And I mean, I spent time in the military. So when I got out of the military, I missed that brotherhood camaraderie, right? And then I worked in law enforcement for a little while. And it was kind of the same thing. And when I discovered Alton Family Martial Arts, all those old like camaraderies that I used to have feel like it never left. Wow. So like I immediately walked in and was able to befriend everyone at the gym, and now we have this giant group text, and it's like if you're in the gym, you're automatically put in a group text, so it's not like you're excluded from anything.
Right.
And it's a 100% family. Yep.
That's just incredible. And before we go, I got to ask you, Stephen, how are you looking ahead of this competition in Memphis? You feeling pretty good?
I mean, we always feel good going in. and I'll be honest with you, I've been asked this question. It's not until you shake the person's hand right before the mat that you know what you're in for.
Yep.
And it's usually a very strong, gripped handshake. You've got that gulp. You know, oh boy.
I like to
this
play
is
with my
trouble.
handshake a little
That's
bit.
what I was going to ask.
So
Perfect follow-up.
I do not grip hard. I make them think that I'm just this weak little chubby little kid still, and I put my hand out like, you know, that guy from the grab my strong hand. I grab my strong hand, and it throws them off a little bit.
You want me to mix the taters too?
Exactly.
That's what I was going to ask, because I'd be the guy, if I was ever, you know, good enough to do something like that, I'd be the guy throwing out a limp handshake and getting the one.
It throws them off when you hit that double leg. They don't know what to do.
Adam, take me through, you know, because there's a lot of people that we've been talking for quite some time now, and I'm glad we did. And anytime you want to come back on for round two, let's keep promoting Alton Family Martial Arts and Fitness. Let's do it. What's it like for that first couple experiences, that first moment, because that's a huge testimonial for the brand.
Yeah. It's an experience unlike any other, really. I mean, you walk into a gym full of people that you don't know, and you're about to start doing martial arts with people that you don't know. So it's a surreal experience. So that first trip in it's scary, right?
Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But then you walk out of it and you're like, man, I'm super glad that I came here.
For sure.
Right? And it's the people who we have in our gym are very friendly. No one's gonna, oh, this guy's on trial, I'm going to scorch him.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Right.
And if it does, court's going to put our mat enforcer on it, and then that will never happen again. Like,
Who's the mat enforcer?
We cannot talk about that on air, sir.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
It's that guy.
Depends on
him
who's
and Nick.
there.
If Nick is there, Nick is our enforcer. He is a demon. But right now he's got a hurt shoulder, so it's not him anymore.
So we're going to take a pause. He's on a little bit of a recovery, you know.
Yes,
absolutely.
Well,
he enforced too hard. No, it's a surreal experience, and I have never left class one time regretting that I went to class.
That's a huge.
Even in my first trial week. In my first trial week, it was, man, I'm super glad that I came here. I can't wait till tomorrow, or I can't wait till Wednesday.
Really cool.
It's a very inviting and welcoming area.
Really cool. And Stephen, what's the best way for folks to get all this information? Because I really want to talk to you guys as much as we can, because it's really something people need to discover for themselves, and really for a mental health thing. I'm sure a lot of people that feel kind of down about themselves walk in there and they realize they develop coping skills, and all of it through your programs too.
100%.
Patience.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah. You develop a lot of patience when you start training jiu-jitsu.
You should have seen.
And I've noticed that in my personal life with
Yeah.
my kids. I've noticed a huge difference in my ability to remain patient.
Yeah.
And calm in a lot of situations.
I might need that because I almost heard a
Come
dog
on
this
in, you
morning
get a
at
free
3:15.
We contribute to that to being put in bad positions.
Yeah.
Being up against somebody that's twice your size and being able to overcome that moment as it puts into your personal life, takes you off the mat, and you're able to just look at a situation completely different. You face the problem and you go, okay, which way's out? Instead of not knowing, you're frustrated. It's over. Oh my God. We're dealing with, okay, now we're problem solving.
Yeah.
And we see that in everybody that comes to the gym. We see it leave the mat. We see it go into their personal life. It's
and
amazing.
my favorite testament to that right there too is you come into class and you don't know anything outside of if you were a high school wrestler, right? So my favorite part that I experienced when I was training, or when I first started training, was I could be going up against somebody and I wouldn't know what to do, right? So I would just lay there getting scorched, wearing myself out, stress my body out. But at the end of the match, end of the round, like, hey, Steven, how do I get out of that? And he would sit there, or even in the middle of it, if he knew that I could not move, he'd be like, hey, do this and this, try that. And it would work. And even if it didn't work, he would keep, whoever it was, would keep helping you perfect it so you can get out of a certain area.
Really cool.
It's not one of those situations where you're just going to get torched for 5 minutes. It's definitely a learning experience, and if he gets better, I get better.
Right.
If I get better,
we're
they
all a
get
team.
better. Right. We all want to progress together. It's not, I'm not going to help you or you're not going to help me because I want it to just destroy everybody. It's not like that at all.
Yeah, it's something we tell the team a lot is, we're not here to win worlds today. We're here to train, and you can be in a bad position, you can lose a position, and it's okay. And nobody's going to count the points that happen on the training mat. When you go out to competition, that's different. So we want to prepare ourselves.
And not everybody competes.
No.
We all know that.
Right.
Yeah. Not everyone in our gym is, hey, you need to compete. It's not like that at all.
Absolutely. And then one last question for you, Adam. How are you feeling heading into Memphis? I asked Steven.
I feel good.
You feel good.
I've been developing a certain type of game over the last several months, and I have almost perfected my side control. So if someone gets in my side control, you're not going nowhere. Really? I feel pretty good. But like he said, your adrenaline and the adrenaline dump starts to happen as soon as you walk on that mat. So everything changes. But yeah, I feel fantastic.
Really cool. Well, I got to talk to both of you when you come back with gold out of Memphis. I'm excited about that. And for a full list of the schedule, you can go to altonfma.com/schedule. It's a really interactive schedule. I like how you set that up. That's really easy to read.
Absolutely.
Adam, Steven, you are welcome back. Seriously, anytime. I want to talk Alton family martial arts and fitness as much as we can.
Okay.
We'll take a quick pause here at 10:41. We got to keep moving on this Thursday morning. The Village of East Alton joining us in studio next for their Park and Recreation Department for all their upcoming spring programs. We'll get the latest on that and more right after this. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
James, still trying to make a name, knowing nothing's gonna change what I am. I was a young troubadour when I wrote in on a song, and I'll be an old.
I'll still be CJ after this interview, no matter what George Strait says. Hey, Tyler, in studio again. East Alton Park and Recreation Department still thriving.
Yeah, I'll say not too bad. We just recently had our we had a pickleball tournament this past January that went really good. Relay, it was Pickling for the Cure.
Yeah,
able to raise over $4,000 for cancer, which is
saw that.
Awesome. And then we just we had a Tri-City, which we partnered with Roxana and Wood River, and we had 296 for our daddy-daughter dance.
Whoa.
So yeah, so that was a big event. Went really well.
Where'd you have that at?
So actually, we're very grateful for where we hosted. We hosted at Julia's Banquet Center.
Spot,
yeah, right there on the Eastgate. Am I saying it right? Eastgate Plaza. Yeah, but amazing host. If you're looking for any venues or anything like that, check out Julia's. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah, you're right. And now on top of that, so 290, is that the highest attendance you've had? Or?
So we doubled it for the daddy-daughter dance. We started it last year. We had it at the Rocks Arena. And then we had, when I say that, so you had 75 girls, double it because of the dad.
Right.
So 150. Then we needed a bigger venue because we had so much people on the wait list. We go and we find a bigger venue, can hold just under 300. Now we still had more people on the wait list. So we're talking, or we already have the contract. It'll be February 7th, 2025 for our next one.
Nice. I like it. I'll add it to the calendar after the show.
So for that one, we're able to we're adding a few more tables in another room, and then it's still going to have our dance floor. And then our DJ is, I don't know if you know Kirsten Gray at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Anybody. he'll be doing me and my fiance's wedding here in the future. He's a great guy.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and now, I mean, winter went well, but the spring is literally knocking on our door now.
Yeah, it comes fast.
What's coming down the pipeline?
So what we're doing, we're adding for East Alton, we're adding more youth clinics, because there was a hole where we always offer stuff for our older age groups, but like from our 3, 4, 5, and then 5, 6, 7 age, we wanted to add more for them. So we're adding youth clinics. So we have in March we have our T-ball clinic, which is for 3, 4, and 5. It's indoors. Awesome, kind of exposes them to the game, stuff like that. And then that's at that same time, following that will be our basketball clinic, and that's for 5, 6, and 7. And I actually get my friend Micah Jones to come help me. And she was just a few points shy from 1,000 at SIUE. So
really cool.
It's good to have that dynamic when you have a guy coach and a girl coach. The kids kind of relate more.
Well, and I'm sure it's cool for you to be able to reach out to some folks that and being able to bring them in. That makes it fun.
Yeah, and then the last clinic we'll have this spring is our soccer tots.
Cool.
So that will be in April, and that's for 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. So it's broken up in different age groups. But we're excited to add those clinics for the spring and really get those going.
Is that the first time you've had these clinics, or is this?
They've came and gone and stuff like that. When I was really young, they had a handful of them, but as different people come, it's harder to find. So I run a lot of these with the help of like my friend Micah and then staff. One of my workers, Kenzie Cox, usually helps me with those. So she's awesome with the kids. So that's what we're trying to do, just kind of build that foundation so they know when they get in there, it's like, okay, they have kind of an understanding.
Absolutely, and just, being able to, it's always beneficial to get your little child out there, no matter what age, 3 or 4, to get out there and be experienced to it.
You can't, we only charge, all we charge is $30.
Oh, wow.
So $30 for it's a 4-week, only once a week, come on a Saturday, just expose them to, hey, this is, maybe they like the sport, and then they're just kind of learning, and it's a social aspect. It
really is.
Kind of gets them out there.
Well, and too, because I can tell you this, the micro soccer is really beneficial for that. Because my grandpa started soccer in Alton in the 70s and the area, but when we do it, Tyler, you can see the kids coming to life. And they really get to learn how to talk with each other and learn you can't push each other down or tackle each other just because all that fun stuff. But it helps.
The way we structure it too, it's not like they're just playing a game.
Right.
At that age group, they don't really know what a game is. Now we do for our 5, 6, and 7. We do some scrimmaging because they kind of start to understand. But it's all about doing different stations. Okay, now we're doing here, moving here, and really understandings. Like you can have fun and playing fun games. The more imaginative games they like, the better.
Absolutely. And so those are all the clinics coming up, correct?
Yeah, so those are all our clinics that we have for East Alton that we're offering. That's going to be at the Keesler Complex.
And now give me the times again. These all run through April or March and April?
So the T-ball and basketball is March.
Okay.
And then, so it's just they're 4-week clinics. And then soccer tots is going to be in April. So then that kind of flows right into our summer programs.
Really cool.
But that way it gives that age group something to do.
And now you guys have still been really growing pretty well over there. It seems like you're really doing some great work.
We're trying to build a solid foundation and really provide a service to our community and stuff like that. So you want to touch base on some Tri-City stuff?
Oh, absolutely. You keep talking, man.
Hey, so on top of the clinic, so that's just what we got cooking for East Alton Parks and Rec. Now, the Tri-City, like I mentioned with the daddy, for our sports, we combine with Roxana and Wood River. Awesome partnership with all three, and we work well together. We're currently taking registrations for our spring volleyball.
Okay, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, so we do a fall volleyball, and then we do springs, usually a little bit smaller because you run into scheduling, stuff like that. But we're excited to still have that going this year. And then we'll have games here or at East Alton, then Wood River and Roxana. We're still got to find out all that, but definitely get signed up for that. And then we're already taking registrations for baseball. Baseball is our biggest season.
Yeah.
So it's better to sign up sooner than later.
There was one time, and I don't know how it worked. My cousin Ryan this was years ago, back before I still had a business, and I was sitting there. It was so cool the way it's set up over there because it's really a personal kind of experience for parents. Like, I didn't have a kid on the team. I was just going to see my cousin coach and his son playing.
Yeah.
But to see everyone kind of coming together in the setting it's at, it's a really cool picture.
Yeah. So one thing that we're trying to do with our Tri-City sports is we're really changing a lot of things that have been challenging for the past. Once you start games or you do all that, then you never practice again.
Right.
So say, CJ, you're really good. So every time you say a sport, you touch the ball. Say I'm really bad. I never get better throughout the season.
Right.
So one thing that we're implementing, and we've done this the last few seasons, we're currently in basketball right now that we're doing. So we have so our second and third grade. I roped my little brother into coaching with me because we needed a coach.
Nice.
But we have practice on Tuesday, or we have games on Tuesday, practice on Thursday, another game on Saturday. So that on that Thursday you can work on like, okay, this is what we need to work on, because when you just go to game, it's only the best players that are really getting those touches.
Right.
And the people, like, say if I'm not as skilled, how am I going to get better?
Right. Well,
So-
100%. I mean, and that's really great. And I'm sure also for, a coach's aspect, because sometimes, in Park and Rec, they're learning too.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's another thing that we're doing before to start the seasons. It used to be, okay, like, who's your roster?
Right.
Figure it out. Which is hard when you're
Yeah.
roping, and some people have no experience. They just, hey, we need a coach, or
And
we're
they're
not
doing
going
it
to
to
have a
help.
league.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing now is to start the beginning of the season, we're doing clinics. So the first week of practice is doing a more of a structured clinics where you go from station to station to station, but you're with your team, but then you're going, and then the kids love it because then they're, I'm getting to go in, and they see their friend and stuff like that. And then, but for the coach's standpoint, it allows the coaches, okay, this is how you structure a practice. Like, come up with like 4 drills, kind of talk to them, and then if they have any questions, they can ask the questions in there. Because when you have a coaches meeting is awesome, but you really don't have the questions until you're at the practice.
Right, until you really experience it the first time.
Yeah. So switching that has been really cool. And then the another unique thing that we're trying this season with basketball.
Mhm.
Usually we do a 10 game season and then you're done.
Right.
But when you run into a problem, okay, say your team's 6-4, my team's 6-4, is like we're both in first place. Who wins? Then you can do the tiebreaker and all that, and it just gets messy.
Right.
So one thing that we're doing for this season is we're doing an 8-game regular season, which is cool, but then doing a double elimination tournament, but extending it, because these kids, if you sign up for rec, I mean, I grew up playing travel and like that. Those tournaments, when you do a tournament, you're there from 7 o'clock in the morning to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. So we're extending it over 2 weeks. So the last 2 weeks of the season, you do, okay, now if you win this game, your game's at this time, and move in. And then on the last Saturday, we're having a big championship game. So it's like, okay, there's no tiebreaker. That's going to be the champ. And hopefully it kind of builds that like excitement around like, hey, like, it was fun.
And that's what I think is really cool, because there's, for a while, it gets to the point where, there's such differences between the club or travel to Park and Rec. I like that you're adding those travel and club components to it, because every kid really should experience what it's like to go through that and either win or you lose and you figure out, hey, it's okay.
It is. And then it adds, I think in recreation sometimes we get stagnant where it's like, we've done it this way. I'm glad that we're changing things up, being a little different, and adding that different aspects to the recreation side. So hopefully we can keep some of those people, because, I mean, some select teams are awesome. Like I said, I grew up playing travel ball and things like that, but you're taken away from opportunity locally.
Right.
Where you can really grow, and you have a group of, say, people from East Alton, or a group from Wood or Roxana, Alton, and then they grow together as a whole.
Well, and too, I mean, whenever you do the travel thing, I mean, you really lose a lot when you're a kid. I mean, and by with that is you don't really have that connection with your friends in the summer and all that, because you're going,
Which is, it has its advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a moment to stick around? I got to pay one last bill. As you guys know, we just started our partnership with Centerstone, and we had our first ever segment yesterday that was really well received on our website. And it takes me to this point now where I have to ask, if you are looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery, a life free from addiction is possible, and it starts at Centerstone. Centerstone is a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment for people of all ages. Now, with the commitment to delivering care that truly changes people's lives, Centerstone's dedicated clinicians, this is what I like about this, Tyler, they use evidence-based practices and treatment programs, not the tried and true for 20 years that never really worked.
Yeah.
They're getting hands-on, and they're going to figure out how they can really help you. This means that recovery care plan developed for you will be based on the latest science. There's so many unknowns on the road to recovery, but one thing you can know for sure is that Centerstone will be a constant guiding force for you on your recovery journey. Addiction can happen to anyone, so can recovery. So start working towards your recovery by visiting recoverwithus.org. That's recoverwithus.org, or by calling 1-877-HOPE. 123.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
It's 11 o'clock, but we are not done yet because, well, I got to practice. Tomorrow, our daily show will be a 3-hour show. I don't know what happened to my hair. Hold on. Headphones are making my hair poof up, you know? It's kind of annoying. We're going to go 3 hours tomorrow. We're going to have conversations in the 11 o'clock hour with South Roxana. But I just wanted to fill you guys in on that. So we will be going from 9 to noon tomorrow instead of 9 to 11. Back to Tyler over here. Generation Gap, when you came on, I knew it didn't have much of a lifespan because those tickets would be bought pretty quick.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And it's been so. We started doing when I started in East Alton, we didn't ever have a fundraiser, and we also, when it came to back in the day, we used to sell those candy bars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you had to sell, CJ. No. That's how I paid to play baseball, all that stuff. So those candy bars are they're super. You have to sell so many now. So
Right.
I got rid of them. But I still wanted to provide a scholarship for people that want to be able to play sports. So then I founded the Bob Angleton Scholarship. I talk about Bob Angleton all day, but he was he basically built. He was one of the people that really got the Parks and Rec going in East Alton. Great guy. Still comes up with his wife Debbie walk in the Keesler. Cool. Yeah, very involved.
Really cool.
But so half of the money that we raised in this trivia last year, we raised over $8,000. We're hoping to hit that and exceed that this year. But half goes to that scholarship, Bob Angleton. The other half, if Robin was here, she would talk about her senior programs. Everyone that's out there shopping knows grocery prices are through the roof.
$8 for cereal.
Yeah. So Robin, we still provide our first one for 2024 would be February 28th is our senior breakfast. So we provide a free breakfast for our community members in East Alton, and then we do different senior events throughout the year. So half of that money goes towards that. But this year we're doing Generation Gap, but we sold out. We could fit in the max we're having at the VFW in Wood River. We maxed out at 32 tables. We were sold out with our tables within a few weeks, which is not a bad problem. And then it's been, and if I had a whole list, I would already list all the ones that we had. But we already have over 20 donations from local businesses that have. I was talking with Lana this morning, who oversees our grounds building. Amazing. I think we're already going to have like anywhere from 30 to 35 baskets. We had someone donate a guitar. Like, it's going to be a pretty cool event.
That's awesome. I just love how successful it's really been.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and too, because people are going to look at this and go, well, I can throw on an event. They don't realize the groundwork that you have to do to get this thing going first.
Yeah, it takes support, and it takes a lot. Like, we're very blessed in East Alton and having so many connections locally that, like, everyone's wanting to see the community grow.
Yeah. Well, and it's all on the same page too, Tyler, and that's what I think is really important for that too. I mean, and especially in terms of this, that's really amazing. And now, as we're kind of running out of time, let's switch back over to pickleball and all the other things that we got coming up.
So pickleball, I talked about that tournament that we had. Awesome.
Really cool.
I just wanted to kind of touch base. We still have pickleball hours. So on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8 to 12, we have our open courts. We also do open courts on Monday and Wednesday nights from 5 to 9. And then on Sundays, we do open pickleball from 1 to 5 in the afternoon.
Really?
And then on Tuesday, Thursdays, we do reserved courts. But we only book out 2 weeks ahead of time. But it's one of those, got to call Monday morning.
I bet you they're calling right away, aren't they?
So just want to go and touch base on that. But our pickleball community, I mean, they're loyal, and they're fun. I go play. I try to play sometimes.
That's what I was going to ask you. I don't know.
I try to play sometimes. More times than not, I lose. But it's a learning thing.
Well, getting back, and I think it's really cool how great everything's been going for East Alton Park and Recreation Department. But the big thing is, too, you have all these opportunities. But this is really cool with these programs. Take me through them again, what's coming down the pipeline.
So just to reflect back real fast, so this is, and what I'm looking at right here, this is something I sent out to the local schools for East Alton. Created a whole calendar so they can kind of map out. Hopefully they slap this on the fridge, kind of see what's coming up. So in March we have our T-ball clinic, and that's for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. Also in March we have our basketball clinic, which is 5, 6, and 7. Those we'll be doing different drills because of different age groups. And then in April, we have our spring soccer tots program. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7-year-olds. That way they can kind of get touches. Again, we have different age groups. And then for Tri-City, we are taking registration for volleyball and baseball currently.
And what's the best way to get all of that taken care of?
Oh, if you follow us on Facebook, you'll see all the posts every Monday. They come out. And then, so that's Village of East Alton Parks and Rec on Facebook.
There you go. Tyler, always a pleasure talking to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, GJ.
We'll no break. I'm out of time. I'm already ready for tomorrow.
Oh, you got it.
I'm going 3 hours, and I couldn't be more excited. On that note, all of you enjoy your Thursday. Go out, have some fun, but most importantly, just try your best to stay out of jail.